full racing suit, either one or two piece. Make sure you got everything on. You got to wear them. They look kind of cool, right? Yeah, you think they're sweet? I think they look pretty cool too. All right, tell me something else safety that you got to have. In the back in blue. Gloves, that's right. You got to keep your fingers protected. You got to keep them covered with proper racing gloves. You in the blue. Tell me one more thing.
Arm restraints.
Arm restraints. What are arm restraints? Anybody? Anybody? All right, what are arm restraints? Keep your arms safe. That's right. Where do they go on your body? Where at? Show me on my arm where you would put them. Right here. Right here. You want those arm restraints to be in the middle of the forearm. You don't want them up here at the elbow, and really you don't want them down here either. Okay? You want them in the middle of the forearm. Put them on nice and snug and tight on the forearm. Okay? So that they're not sliding up or down or anything like that. Where do they hook otherwise? You sir. On your seatbelts. That's right. They hook right here with your 5-point harness, right? And when you're wearing them, what can't you do? Ma'am, you can't move your arms up that much. Okay, your pit steward, they're going to ask you to put your arms up like this. Why do you think they're asking you to put your arms up like that? You, sir. Why do you think they're trying to get like this? No, not quite. They ask you to put your arms up to see if your fingers come outside of what? Outside of the car, outside of the roll cage. Okay? That's what they're checking for. They want you to try to put your hands up as far as you can to see if your fingers come outside of your roll cage. The reason for that is, if your fingers are outside of your roll cage, let's pretend like this is your roll cage, okay? If your fingers are outside of your roll cage like this, and your car flips over or hits something, what do you think might happen? Everybody. Broken fingers. We don't want any broken or missing fingers, okay? This would be a pinch point, okay? Let's just say, for example, my car flips over and I go like that. I got a big old ouchie on my fingers, okay? We've got to make sure that your fingers stay inside the car. That's the reason for your arm restraints, okay? Moms and dads, make sure you guys pay attention to that too. When you put your child in the car, have them check that. If you need to, you can adjust those straps down very easily. And if some of you have really small drivers and you can't get your straps adjusted anymore, duct tape. It's awesome. Literally just tape them, kind of fold them over and then duct tape it around. They won't come out. Cool? Is that everything for safety? Oh! When you guys get in a race car, should you be wearing sandals? No. Why? Sandals are cool. Racing suits? Oh, racing shoes. Yes. You got to have closed-toe shoes of some sort. Tennis shoes, racing shoes, wrestling shoes, whatever. It does not matter. You got to have closed-toe shoes, okay? Yeah, wrestling shoes. They're kind of like racing shoes. Just a lot cheaper. All right, field suit safety. All right, we're going to talk about some flags here real quick. Let's see. What does this flag mean? You, sir. Red flag. Red flag means what? Stop. All right. How do you stop? Two things that you got to do. Ooh, you, sir. Hit the brake. That's right. Ooh, brake. Yeah. Are you supposed to use your brakes in a race car?
Yeah.
Why? Brakes slow you down though, right? Don't you want to go faster when you're racing car? Yeah? So does that mean you should or shouldn't use your brakes? You should use your brakes because, yes, you want to go fast most of the time, but sometimes you got to go slow. And sometimes you got to stop really quickly, right? So you got to have brakes. Okay, everybody, show me which foot you use your brakes for. Show me the foot. Show me the foot. Everybody. That's right. It's this one. Hit your brakes with this foot. What's the other one? What's the pedal for the other one? What does that make you do? Go. That's right. Gas is go. Brakes are slow. Decided you want to push both at the same time. He's going to go, but he's going to go slow. And what do you think turns red? The brake disc. What do you think melts at a certain temperature after it's been going around the track for a period of time? It starts flying apart. Shrapnel everywhere, including flying into the cockpit. It does happen. I did it. or my driver did it. I witnessed it. We literally had to red flag the race because number one, his brake disc was super red, and number two, chunks started flying out and went in the cockpit. So we had to red flag the race and get him out of the car in the middle of the race because he just melted his disc brake. Because he's pushing gas and brakes at the same time, okay? You can use both pedals, just don't do it at the same time, all right? It was kind of wild too, because after pieces started flying and then it came to a stop, the remains of the disc just kind of like, it was pretty cool. It wraps itself all the way around my ass, but it takes the disc completely out just to get the disc off of it. It was horrible. And a disc is like 40 bucks, roughly, or they were back then. So you're costing your mom and dad money. 40 bucks, that can go towards a set of tires, right? So you don't want to be destroying stuff if you don't have to, okay? Those things add up. That little 3-week period, he destroyed 3 of them. That's a full set of tires right there, guys. Okay? So, push the gas to go, push the brake to stop, but don't push them at the same time. Okay, back to the flag. When you get this red flag out, how do you stop? Somebody told me one of them. Wave. What's something else you do? Put your foot on the brake. There's one more thing you got to do. You, sir. Hit the switch. Remember we talked about that switch before? Go up there. Everybody, 2 hands on the wheel. 2 hands on the wheel. All right, hit the switch. Look down, drink a cup of coffee. Then what do we do with this hand? Put it back on when? Immediately, right now, okay? So we have 2 hands on that switch. 2 hands on the wheel. Hit the switch. Hand goes back. Everybody looking at the top of my head? All right, look at my head again. All right, here we go. I want to watch you. Here we go. Put your hands up on the wheel. Hit your switch. Ah, wrong hand. That hand over there. Okay? All right, here we go. 2 hands on the wheel. Hit the switch. Hand goes back. Okay? You need to know where your switch is so that you don't have to look down, all right? All right, cool. So this is stop. Why do we need to stop? Anybody? You, sir. There's probably a wreck or something safety related on the track. So we need you guys to stop. If you see this flag, do you wait like a half an hour and then go ahead and stop, or do you stop right now? Stop right now. Go high on the track and stop right now, okay? Got it? All right, cool. Let's see. What does this flag mean? That's right. Well, no, not necessarily. You're close. You're close. You almost caught me there. You, sir. If you get a black flag, that means you did something wrong. But there's 2 different ways you can see this flag, okay? If I coil it up like this, and I point it at his car, what does that mean? It means you made a mistake, don't do it again. Hopefully, you know what the mistake is, okay? This is basically your warning, okay? If I'm the flagger, and I coil it up, and I point at your car, you screwed up, don't do it again. You probably know what it is that you did. And the ladies in the tower are going to be talking in your ear, telling you what you did also, okay? But, if for some reason you're coming by me, and I go like this over your car, what do you think that means? That's right, there's no. That's right. Go in the pits. You've been disqualified. However, moms and dads, when you get this flag waved over your car and your driver goes to the pit area, is that when you go ballistic and start jumping up and down and screaming at people? No. Most of the time you know the reason why you got it. However, if you don't know why you got this flag, calmly walk over to the race director, which is going to be located over there at the corner of the track. Find out why you got DQ'd. Like I said, you probably know, but ask questions calmly, not screaming and yelling and cursing and all that other sort of good stuff. We want to set an example for these little guys. Find out what the situation is. Don't just automatically come over and start tearing your kid out of the car. It is possible, not probable, but it is possible they could have made a mistake and you might be able to go back out. Okay? So, find out the situation. Learn what's going on, get yourself educated. Then, if you definitely are disqualified, do not start taking your child out of the car when they are in the pits. That's a safety issue, okay? So make sure you push your wall completely out, or push your car completely behind the walls out of the pit area, then go ahead and take your child out of the car, okay? Speaking of that, the entire pit area over there where there's going to be lots of moms and dads and all that sort of stuff, nobody is allowed, no child is allowed in that area unless they are in a race car. Randy, is the age 14? Or Rich, is it 14? Under 14, not allowed in the pits unless you're in the car?
16.
16. If you are under 16 years old, you cannot be in the pit area unless you're in a race car, okay? And you got to have one of them cute little safety bands that I forgot to get this morning, okay? Those are the only things that will allow you. She's got one. Sure, you go hold that up. Hold those up. You got to have one of those on your wrist, and you got to be 16 or older to be out of a car and in the pits. Cool? Awesome. All right, so, you sir. If I go like this, what do you got to do? Go to the pits. That's right. But if I point at you like this, what does that mean? You sir. If I point at you, what does that mean? You did something wrong. You made a mistake, but don't do it again, okay? This is strike 1 and 2. This is strike 3, okay? Let's not get to strike 3. What does this flag mean? Somebody have you sir. There you go. Slow down. Okay. And it also means something else. Do you know what the other thing is? How about if I start for you? No. Starts with a P. You sir? No passing. This flag means two things. It means slow down and no passing. Okay? Why don't we want you passing when we're under caution? Sir? Safety issue, okay? The only time you're supposed to pass a car under caution is when who tells you to? Yeah, the people that speak to you in your ear, or what am I right now? Or the flagger, okay? They'll tell you to get in front of a different car or something like that. Those are the only two times where you're supposed to pass under caution, okay?